They don't advertise for private eyes in the newspapers anymore. Whatever happened to the days of Humphrey Bogart, James Cagney, or Orson Welles? People used to go to an office and hire PIs to find information. Now they just look at their phones. This city needs some of that classic flair. But we hadn't had a case in weeks. Things were looking pretty grim, and to top it off, it was my birthday. If a case did drop into our laps, that would have been the cat's meow.
Don't worry, Tracy. It can't rain all the time.
I knew I could always count on Dick. He always had my back. Such a stand-up guy.
Are you fellas Miller and Lopez? Private Eyes?
I knew the dame was trouble when she walked in. But how could I say no to such a pretty face?
I beg your pardon?
How can we help you, miss?
Scarlett Rivera, the most horrible thing has happened. I'm being blackmailed.
Blackmailed. In this day and age?
The Perrin Killers gang got a hold of some pictures I took.
Oh my God. Oh my God, these are so racy. Where did they let you print these?
If I don't give them what they want, they're gonna send those photos to my boss.
Your boss. Who's that?
She's the one in charge of giving me hours and signing my paychecks, but that's not important right now.
Don't worry, Scarlett. We'll take care of this.
Thank you. Please, give me a call as soon as you've taken care of that gang.
I told you things would start looking up. Time to play the hero again, eh, Tracy?
Dick may have been a great friend, but I wish he would have taken his duty to uphold the law a little bit more seriously sometimes.
Relax, I'm only kidding around. Let's go see Alfonso.
Uh-huh.
If it isn't my favorite customer. I just got a new shipment in.
Sorry to cut the chit-chat, Alfonso. We're here on business.
Well, how can I help?
You hear anything about this gang called the Perrin Killers?
I hear a lot of things. They're that gang that wears cat ears. Lately, they've been causing some minor trouble around town.
Anything else?
They run that warehouse just up the street, so I hear. I would be careful if I were you.
Why is that?
You ever hear the expression curiosity killed the cat?
You ever hear there's more than one way to skin a dead cat?
Oh. Thanks for the tip, Alfonso.
The code to the back door is 6369.
Thanks. Let's go.
There's no keypad. Why would I have a code?
Well, glad you could join us, Tracy.
I knew it. I never should have trusted that dame. Women like her are always bad news.
You know I can hear you, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Where am I?
I bet you're also wondering why you're here. All in due time.
Where's Dick?
Oh, don't worry, your little friend will be joining us shortly. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You might hurt yourself.
What do you want?
Well, if you really mustache. I'll shave the pleasantries for later. You see, my gang and I want to run this magnificent city. Only problem is a certain PI agency that keeps getting in the way.
It won't matter if you kill us. We'll never give in.
Didn't take that long for your friend. All it took was some stroking, and he was done.
Dick.
Sorry, old friend. Guess I'm a sucker for a pretty face.
How could you betray me like this? We're partners. We're friends.
I hate to do this to you on your birthday. If I were you, I'd close my eyes.
How could I have been so blind? Dick thrust himself right into this investigation. And he was working for the bad guys the entire time. But this is the worst birthday ever.
Goodbye, old chum.
Wait, what?
Surprise, buddy. Happy birthday. Supposed to say surprise.
Oh. Happy birthday!
What? But then who are you?
Scarlett owns this club.
But we broke into a warehouse.
That's our loading dock. This is the Warehouse nightclub. Dick wanted to surprise you, so he snuck you around town to leave you here.
Well, color me surprised. Thank you. Huh. You know, sometimes your friends can have you worried sick. But it's good to be friends with a private dick.